Hey there. Today we're going over our first article, which is thinking about notes as numbers. So let's just get right into it. Um, with every note, we're going to associate a number with it. So C is going to be 0. These dots represent sharps or flats. So example, this one is A sharp or B flat. And the flat symbol means you go down from it, and the sharp symbol means you go up. Okay, so yeah, if we think of A sharp, we're gonna really think about 10, and this would be F sharp or G flat, and that's 6. Okay. Um, there's another property about this, which is we can see when we go past B, you end up back at C, right? So you just came out down here. So that means it's a cycle, which means you can put it in a circle, right? Um, yeah. So it's a circle, we may as well write it as a circle, and that'll help us later on as well. So let's just continue through the article. Oh yeah, since it is a circle, there's no real reason for us to use like 12. Like we could call this 12 and that 13 and so on, but there's no real reason to because we only need 11 to get the job done. 12 different numbers, but we go up to 11. Okay, so now we're going to get into the main part of this article, which is like, yeah, we have notes as numbers, so what? Like, what can we do with that? And what is the benefit of being able to do that? So, in our method, we're not going to really think of when we think of a note, we're not going to be thinking about it by its name. And by its name, I'm talking about like either if I say F, like I'm talking about like F or that. These are its names. So either F or 5. That would be referencing it by its name. We're going to actually reference notes a little differently. So let's just go through that first example. So let's consider D, right? If we consider it with respect to C, you can see that there's a 2 jump gap between them, right? But if we considered it with respect to B, there would be a 3-step gap between them. And this gap size idea is how we're gonna do our notes. So we'll go through the next example. So let's consider D, which is 2 star, right? So same thing again. And we're gonna set our anchor note to be 11, right? So that's B. And as we know, as we just did it, the gap size is 3. So just over here, we'll write that out. So our anchor note was 11. And then when we thought about D, or rather, I'll use the brackets. When we think about D, 2 star, we're actually going to think about it as 3 because we did 1, 2, 3. It's 3 away from the anchor note. Let's do more notes. So B itself, how many steps away is it from B? Well, it's 0 steps because it's right on it, right? So B, which is 11, can be thought of as 0. Then we'll try out F sharp. So F sharp, how many steps away from 11 is it? Well, we can continue this. 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So when we think about F sharp, which is 6, it's actually 7. The last one we'll consider is 9, which is A. So we can already start to see a pattern emerging, which is the anchor note is one more then the note number. So when it's 2, it's 3. When it's 11, it's 0 because it's a cycle. After 11 comes 0. And then if it's 7, if it's 6, it's 7. So we'll just try and answer it like that and we'll see if it's correct. So when it's the number 9, our anchor, the note we reference it by should just be 10, right? Because plus 1. And then we can double check that. So that's 7, that's 8, that's 9, and that's 10, right? So 9, or 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that was correct. Adding 1 does work. We'll go through why that actually occurs in a later lesson, why it's actually plus 1. But from here on out, just know that we're going to be thinking about our numbers in this way, where we're going to think about a distance from another note. And right now it might kind of seem like, why are we doing this? But it's going to allow us to connect music theory to the actual notes we're playing. And also, everything we do, chords, everything, scales, is going to be using this idea as well. So, yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.